This issue is a hot-button issue within the Christian community. The question is also difficult to answer. The reason for this difficulty is many have a misunderstanding of some of the key terms within the question. To answer this question, we must break down the question and clarify the key terms. Clarifying the question. Do Christians have to go to church? Christians. The word Christians in this question is assumed to mean one who has salvation offered by Christ. Therefore, the question is asking, do those who are saved have to go to church? Have to. The words have to in this question suggest an obligatory response due to definition. Failure to fulfill such an obligation results in redefinition. For example, if X's have to Y, then one who does not Y cannot be defined as X. Considering this, we can conclude the question is assuming if Christians have to go to church, then one who does not go to church cannot be defined as a Christian. Therefore, considering the meaning of Christian and have to, we can rephrase the question as, are those who are saved required to go to church to be defined as one who is saved? Church. The word church has two meanings. One, church as a verb, to gather in the name of Christ, Matthew 18:20, and two, church as a noun, a building specifically intended as a destination for people to gather in the name of Christ. Because the question is asking if Christians have to go to church, we can assume the question is using the word church as a noun. Considering the meanings of Christians, have to, and church, we can assume the question is asking, are those who are saved required to go to a building specifically intended for the gathering in the name of Christ to be defined as one who is saved? This clarified question may seem excessive. However, it is important we understand exactly what the question is asking. The question does not ask, should a Christian go to church? Nor does the question ask, should Christians gather in the name of Christ? The question, when broken down and analyzed, is asking, is going to church necessary to maintain salvation? This implies that salvation, to some degree, is conditional, the condition being church attendance. Therefore, the answer to this question is simply no. Salvation is not conditional. Salvation is offered as a free gift, which we do not deserve. Nothing we can do will allow us to earn salvation, and nothing we do can cause us to lose our salvation. But you do not believe because you are not my sheep. My sheep listen to my voice. I know them and they follow me. I give them eternal life, and they shall never perish. No one can snatch them out of my hand. My Father, who has given them to me, is greater than all. No one can snatch them out of my Father's hand. I and the Father are one. John 10:26-30. For God's gifts and His call are irrevocable. Romans 11:29. Should Christians go to church? There is a big difference between required and recommended. While going to church may not be a requirement, it certainly is recommended. When Christians gather in the name of Christ, they grow spiritually. Fellow Christians offer prayer in time of need, and answers in time of doubt. The buildings we call churches serve as the destination for Christians to gather. Without churches, gathering in the name of Christ would be difficult. Further, as Christians we are given the Great Commission to go and make disciples of all nations, Matthew 28:19. Churches and the outreach programs they offer help us as Christians to fulfill this request. What separates Christianity from all other religions is Christians are not required to do anything to be called a Christian. However, as Christians, there are some things we should do. We should do our best to grow in faith. We should help other Christians grow in faith. Most importantly, we should help our unsaved friends find salvation. If you can honestly say you are fulfilling all three responsibilities to the best of your ability by not going to church, then you should not go. However, this is very unlikely to be true. If going to church can help you fulfill any one of these responsibilities, then you have a responsibility as a Christian to go to church.